guys? Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. I am not alone. I am joined by Big Papa Drock with the shave. Oh, Big Papa Drock. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Oh, man, I feel so baby smooth.
Are you okay?
But it's good to be here, Ash. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, man. I saw that you cosplayed as Rowdy Ronda Rousey. That was intense. I'll link that for all the viewers that I know are going to want to watch that afterwards. What else you been up to, bro?
Oh, man, yeah, that was an incredible night, dude. It's been an awesome week. I'm just going to go ahead and I think I'm just going to share it, Ash, is that I have started a new position.
A new job.
Working for the one and only AMG Talent, which is coincidentally the company that you founded, my man.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad to have you, man. I'm glad to have you. It's a huge. You're amazing behind the scenes as well, and you're very knowledgeable in the space. So welcome to the crew. Now we get to chat every single day about Raid, low key. Just don't tell anybody else, right?
Yeah.
But it's great, man. I had this idea of doing a talk show, right? And I had some people like, it's memo4ash@gmail.com. You can see it on the screen right now, the email address. I got a lot, the inbox is full, right? I did not go through it, but I had one of my helpers go through it. Shout out to Nathan, and he picked out a few clips. Also, there's a few really hot topics here on Reddit that I want to pick your brain about. But before we go into all of that, like I always ask you, man, I watched Severance after your recommendation. Love Severance, man. It's a good show, very binge worthy. You got anything else for me, man? It doesn't have to be a show, it could be a movie, it could be anything. I don't know what you're into,
Oh, well, I mean, we don't align on anime, so that's tough because I just finished solo leveling.
Man, stop saying that.
I know.
Because every time that you say I hate anime, I get like a 90% like ratio. I get like everybody hates me.
Brutal. Ash loves anime. He just likes to keep it on the DL.
I love anime.
He likes to keep it on the DL.
I like to keep it low key. Yeah.
What have I been watching recently? I don't think I've watched like anything recently.
Fair enough.
That's not anime, unfortunately. Like at the moment.
Well, what's your favorite anime, man? Just because I don't love it doesn't mean the viewers don't.
Well, so here's the thing. Like if you're gonna try anime, and I would encourage you to give this a shot. But I think like Attack on Titan is one of the best ways you can go for someone who doesn't like anime because it's just got great plot. Okay. If you like plot and you like strong character development and you don't like lots of like, oh, well, like, oh, crazy stuff. Like,
yeah. That's what I'm like. Yeah.
If you don't like that,
yeah,
you love that. Like, oh, well.
We're on the same level. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't like that, then I think that's the good way to go. But frankly, I mean, I think I mentioned it last time we collabed, bro. Solo leveling, dude. Solo leveling.
That's your favorite of all time?
It's not my favorite of all time, but it's like one of my favorite that I've watched recently, and it's just so good, and the voice acting is incredible. Okay. And I don't know. I'm all into it.
Okay, one last question for you is favorite video game of all time?
Oh God, that's so hard, dude.
Or at least give me like one or two. Yeah.
I can give you a couple. And here's what I'll say. As a kid, it was Zelda. It was Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, because beating that game as a kid, even though I used some of the like prima strategy guys way back in the day.
You're so young.
Yeah, I was so young, a long time ago.
You're young because mine, like, I'm talking like Zelda, like the NES, Zelda 1 or 2, Adventures of Link.
Link to the Past. A Link to the Past now, but Ocarina of Time was just an incredible game and still one of my all-time favorites. And then really some of the games that I love more than anything were the ones where I played with friends, where I had like these seasons of my life, close seasons of playing games with my friends. And so I say stuff like PUBG. There was a moment for me with PUBG where I absolutely played it every day with my buddies. Destiny, the original, was one of my all-time favorites. I've been playing a ton of Marvel Rivals, which I actually really like.
Oh, you're playing that now?
Yeah.
Where do you have the time, man? Where do you have the time?
I don't.
That's cool,
I still look cute to Grandmaster, and then I just like gave up afterwards. I'm like, I don't have time to keep pushing. So
That's
I don't know, man. What about you? What are your favorites?
Well, I'm really gonna date myself here, but like similar to you though, like I have these themes in my life, right? That I associate with games. I was really into an MMO phase, but way back in the day, 99 to like 2002, I was playing EverQuest. So MMORPG, I was in a top guild there. It was an awesome time in my life where I didn't really have a life because I grinded that game like way too much. And then before that though, I always loved like the Castlevania series, like 8-bit. You familiar with those? And then of course like GoldenEye, like N64 GoldenEye. getting together with my friends back in the day, having like sleepovers and just like GoldenEye all night, a little Halo 2 and stuff as well. So
yeah,
those are some of my favorites. But I love a lot of, I mean, I'm same with you, right? Like I love like Age of Empires type games, some RTS and stuff like that. So like, yeah. Anyway, let's talk some raid here. Let's talk some raid. It was going to be a little podcasty vibe, but I'll probably flash on the screen or something like when the raid chat talks, because I know some people have a low tolerance for the banter. But, dude, let's talk about some stuff, man. I want to start with a video, a call-in, okay? Armanz once.
Hey, Ash, my question to you is, should Armanz the Magnificent be nerfed in Arena?
All right, thank you so much. Should Armanz the Magnificent be nerfed in the arena? Pretty straightforward. What do you think about Armanz, man? I mean, still a hot topic over a year later in the game.
I love that it's still a hot button topic, because I think I told you at the time when I made a video on Armanz last year saying that he was one of the most broken champions and needed to be balanced. People were angry. They're like, how dare you take this away from us?
Oh, you were in nerf Armanz camp?
Absolutely, I was in nerf Armanz camp. I am in nerf any absurdly broken champion because I want there to be reasonable counters. I want like that rock scissors type of gameplay to work where you have ways to counter stuff and you can use strategy to make it happen. When there are champions like Armanz that just break every rule or break everything relative to other champions, it's not as much fun, when it comes to arena. So the funny thing about Armanz is that Armanz has become more of a problem for low spenders and free to play because they don't have the gear to counter him. Whereas at the high end, he doesn't affect the game as much as you would think anymore. But even saying that, would I rebalance Armanz? Would I nerf him? Absolutely. He's still goofy
strong. So you would nerf him today, Armanz?
Yes, I would nerf him today. Yes, because I want people to have fun playing arena and playing PvP. And you know what's not fun? Somebody locking your whole team out with stun, turning you into sheep so you can't do anything, and basically making it so you can't play the game. That's not fun, at least to me.
I hear you. And listen, man, like this is great. I love disagreeing with my my guests. So this is my favorite thing, right? Because who wants to hear everybody agreeing all the time,
Yeah.
So here's my thing. First of all, I totally get it, right? He's annoyed me many times, right? But I have the weird thing is like, okay, so I'm playing freaking Raid Shadow Legends, bro. I have a very high tolerance for pain, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say here is I understand the frustration. He is broken. All the things that everybody say about Armanz is true. But I guess the way I look at it is that there's always been kind of an Armanz. People are going to argue that like, dude, Torment at his worst wasn't like Armanz at his worst, or Hegemon at his worst wasn't like, but there's always been a champion that's so intolerable that people demand nerfs for that they don't nerf, and then I don't know, kind of life goes on a little bit, and maybe that's a dumbass opinion to have, I don't know, but like, I guess I just have a lot of tolerance for broken champions. Isn't that like, I'm just trying to be 100% real, because like I like the idea better of just bringing in more counterplay. And I know that like I wouldn't be upset about it though. Like I guess I have a little bit of a go with the flow mentality on balance in general in the game. I wonder if I'm in the minority or if you're in the minority. Do you have any idea? This is like,
I don't know. I think in the past I would have been in the majority, but I don't know anymore. Actually, no, I think I would have been in the minority in the past, but I hope at least that like the way that Raid and Plarium balance the game has changed so much over time. They don't do nerfs anymore. They just don't. They
don't do nerfs. Yeah.
They don't do it like they used to nerf champions.
And that's part of the reason, I guess, why I'm not in fan of it. Because like to make an exception to nerf, like it's like Corpulent Cadaver, and it's not the same because that was awful.
Yeah.
That was dirty.
That was.
And it felt like nefarious almost, but we're
upset. Oh, are we?
It doesn't, I also feel like just making the exception to nerf one champion, I don't know, it feels kind of weird to me now, unless they're going to do it for every champion that needs nerfs,
That's how I feel. Do it for all of them. Nerf them all. Balance, nerf. Balance change. Balance everything. And balance isn't always like we're going to make everything super strong. Sometimes balance is, hey, we recognize that maybe this is a little broken. We need to pull it back. That's how I would say every other game is usually handled, where there is both positive and negative balance. So that the meta changes more frequently and so that not one thing runs rampant over everything else. So I agree with you in that if you're going to do it for one champion, you should do it for everyone and you should look at that. And frankly, I would welcome that. Like, I think that's fun. Like, that's how most games handle change. Like, give me positives, give me negatives, bring some units up, bring some units down. You know, more variability can be fun. And I think more of a hands-on approach. But I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it depends on the person.
Man, I'm very curious to see what the audience says on this, because it's I can totally see it going either way, and I think that you probably did a better job articulating your point on this one as well. So I think do you guys want Armanz to be nerfed? I'll probably post a freaking community tab poll too, just so we can poll you guys. Do you want to see Armanz nerfed today? You know, today. Final question on Armanz, Drock, is live arena on your account. So whale, Kraken territory. How often do you honestly use Armanz in end game right now?
I'm a little bit of an aberration. I rarely use Armanz anymore, but I'm also not the norm. It's pretty normal for me to see Armanz like every other fight, I would say. Like, you're not always going to see him at the high end, and it depends on what account you're facing. But I see a pretty decent amount of Armanz, and I would say I use him personally maybe once a night when I'm doing like 3-hour live arena sessions. But again, I am not normal in that regard. Many people use him more often than I do. I think he's taking a little bit of a power hit at the high end because of wand of submission, where if you try to wand a nice or wand,
soon everybody's gonna have a wand.
Yes. Like, yeah, like it's just a sheep fest back and forth. So yeah, you know, you see him a lot still though.
Okay, fair enough. I want to ask you about Nell really quickly, right? I got this one from Mike Rod saying, "What's up, Ash? I've been debating with people on Reddit about this. Nell Blackteeth is an amazing arena nuker. I don't even use her on her first form, but there is utility there too." Basically, he asked Reddit. Reddit thinks he's crazy. He's out of his mind. Reddit is telling him that, listen, for a mythical to be a mythical, they got to be really good. And Nell's not really good. And that's basically their argument. So he wants us to settle this debate on Nell. And I know we both have done a video on Nell recently. And I'm assuming you didn't watch mine because I didn't watch yours. Did you?
No.
Okay, good, great. So I don't know your opinion on Nell. I'll tell mine, but first, you go first, man. Really quickly, because most people don't have her. What is your assessment of Nell?
Nell is a mediocre nuker at the high end at best, and a significantly better support. The first form at the high end is way better than the second form, in my opinion. Okay,
I think that Nell is... I'm aligned, by the way, on your take. It's funny that he mentions the alternate form, because in endgame, I actually do go against her. Like, I went against her quite a few times on my final, like, live arena season push. I started going against her more and more, but it was always base form. You know, they rarely change, you know. But the stealing all buffs, and then the that passive, right?
Yes.
Really strong. I think she's a super cool champion. I love her synergy, man. I think that Mike, you're right. She's really cool. But I also think she's one of the more underwhelming overall mythicals. Is that
Yes.
like, just in terms of sheer power, you know?
Yeah, well, she was built as a legendary first. Wasn't she one of the champions they said they designed as a Lego and then just turned him into a mythical because why not? So you feel it. It's not that she can't be situationally useful. She can be. But it's just that there are... And this is contrary to what they said when they introduced mythicals, where they're like, oh, there's not going to be a huge difference between mythicals and legendaries.
Oh, no.
You know?
Yeah, right?
Okay.
I forgot they said that. Plarium was like,
yes.
Don't worry, mythicals a lot of them won't be more powerful than legendaries. And it's like,
Worry about, just like when they said, hey, when we introduce dupes, it's not going to be that much. Like, they're not going to get lots of bonus stats.
No.
Sure.
And it's like, game changer.
Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker.
But I will say this, man. Do you think there's a mythical that you could pull right now in the game, kind of to that same conversation, that you think is just like you would never ever use no matter what on any account? Because I don't think there is, man.
Ooh. On any account?
Even the cock, who I know you hate, right? But like, even the cock is like when you look at the kit and you think about like getting a champion like this mid game. Like, and I want to see a buff, so I'm not trying to sit here saying it's a great champion, right? But like, you look at these kits sometimes, and you're like, the ones that are crappy, and you're like, wait, well, they're doing a lot compared to a lot of other champions in the game, you know? What do you think there?
Every mythical, even the worst, as of now, would benefit any free-to-play player in the game, unless it's someone like Boozer, would be maybe the one person it doesn't. But every single mythical.
I think even Boozer would probably use any mythical, honestly.
He
bro.
probably
You know?
could. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're not going to have the same level of breadth of champions and stuff like that, and even the worst mythical for a mid game, for a ultra low spend account, for free to play account is going to be viable in some area of the game. So absolutely, when you look at them through that lens, even the worst, which you'd still be sad to pull them, it's still helpful.
Give me really quick the 2 worst mythicals in the game.
Oh, probably. I haven't done a video on him yet, but I need to. But Fjorjad.
Jorad. I say Jorad. I don't know if that's right.
Fjorjad.
Fjorad.
Wolfheart. Yep.
Yeah, he's pretty awful.
I agree.
The other one, dude, I mean, Nell really is not great overall. I can't lie. Like, compared to some of the others, she really isn't. But I think
You're gonna have Nell over Galeas, though, right?
I think I would probably put her over Gallius. You know, this is gonna be a weird one to say, but I really, because she's not like necessarily the worst, but I really don't like Mezimel. Yeah. I don't like Mezimel
Those
because she's
skinwalkers,
just,
man. Yeah.
She has like one use case. She just needs another skill in her first form badly.
Yeah.
She needs an extra like AoE thing in that first form and a little more damage, and then she'd be great. But
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Next question. Let's go. I want to talk to you. I'm pulling up Reddit here. We have another video or two or whatever to comment on as well from you guys. But Chimera Clash rewards are useless. This is the top post today. And I wanted to get your take on a couple things. I want to get your take on this and then the Relic drama that I've found myself in as well. So, first of all, Chimera Clash rewards. I guess it'd be easy to sit here and pander and be like, they're awful, Plarium sucks. But how do you really feel about them? You know, like, obviously a lot of this game is meant to be a grind, man, like, of a game, you know? So how do you feel truly about relics in general, you know, and the rewards and how much you get and material and whatnot?
Yeah, so they're awful and Plarium sucks. No.
It would kill you not to be so funny all the time.
Look, here's my take on the rewards, and so we can talk about the relics after this. But on rewards, I actually kind of agree that I think the Chimera rewards need a bit of a buff. They do feel underwhelming. Like, yes, this game is meant to be grindy, and there are aspects of it that certainly are pretty intense. But dude, relics and gemstones specifically are pretty insane, and the amount of time it's going to take, at least as of now, unless they introduce other ways for you to obtain, you know, basalt and stuff like that. But as of now, to get to a 6-star relic is absurdly difficult, like absurdly difficult. So would I like to see Chimera rewards improve, at least in that regard, or give us some way to exchange some of these god-awful gemstones for good gemstones, or I don't know, some kind of exchange system? Yes, I would agree with that. I am not a fan of where the rewards are at now, and I do think they need a small bump in some way. They don't have to give us everything, but just make it a little bit better.
Yeah. I was trying to set you up to disagree again, but I agree with you, man. I think they're right on this one. It's like, I'm probably going to be in the minority here, but I don't have a problem with the cadence of getting like the mats, the materials to craft, right? I think that those are like, especially now that they've added them to, you know, clan versus clan, you can make an argument that that's not the best place to add them, but adding them to clan related activities, adding them to live arena seasons, you know, when they bring in the next big IP event and event dungeon, they'll have them there and a bunch of tournaments and blah, blah, blah. So I actually think that like they're not very plentiful, but it is, I think that it's a nice kind of sweet spot if you're actually doing everything in the game to actually get the ability to craft some relics, right? So I can understand the frustration there, but like I don't have a huge problem with that part. What I have a problem with is, bro, and you said it best, but like upgrading these things, I can't even imagine to fully upgrade one of these things. You know, like, what the frick are they doing, man? And like, yeah, you can get it in the shop, but you have to be level 30 clan to get the basalt. Like, and no one's going to be a 30 clan for like years and years and years or whatever, right? So like, what the hell, man? Like, that's my biggest thing is like, there's no way to get them to level 18 at all. Yeah,
like, it's not well aligned
clan in the game. Do you know anybody who has a level 18 relic?
Nope. I've actually asked. I was like, does anybody have like a fully upgraded relic yet? And last time I asked him, I was like, no, like we're stuck on level 4. I'm like, okay.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
But you know what else?
What?
You know what else, Ash? I agree with you. Like, they give you enough materials overall if you do everything. But the one thing I would like to see change a little bit is, bro, the crafting rarity chances are pretty insane when you think about it. Like, I can get 100 mythical, which does take quite a bit of time.
Yeah. And
I only have a 1 in 5 chance of getting an actual mythical artifact,
mythical,
a relic. Like that to me feels a little bad. I'm fine with the amount of materials they give you.
No,
if you
you're
do
right.
everything,
You're right.
But 20%, bro, that's ridiculous. Because I still haven't crafted a single mythical once. Like, not even been able to, with the exception of the live arena rewards. That's the first time I've had enough mythical crafting material to do it. And I do Chimera every week. I'm sitting at 91.
Okay.
That's the other thing I would like to see change.
I've had 2 shots.
Yeah.
And your boy lucked out and got 1. But that's it. I mean, like, I shouldn't say that's it, right? It's RNG, right? And I got lucky, you know?
Yeah.
But that being said, is like, I don't know, who do you know out of all the whales in the game? Like, and I'm not sure you don't have like a data, a spreadsheet, but like, do you know anybody with a few mythicals?
I do. Yeah, there are a couple people who've had insane RNG who have some of the most broken ones in the game. And like, and here's the thing, and this is why I understand why it takes some time or they want to not like give these things away. Some of these mythicals literally are game breaking. Just actually game breaking, just completely change what a champion does, absurdly overpowered. Not all of them, hilariously enough. There's RNG aspect here too, where if you get the bad one, you want to cry.
Yeah.
You know, but some of them really are that strong, and I do know a couple people that have more than one. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we both agree. Let us know what you think, and get for the love of God, Plarium, add us to sort our gemstones. I'm never gonna shut up about it, man. Like, does that? I know I've already asked you, bro, but like, humor me.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
Am I the only one that like?
No, dude, it's the worst. The whole way it works is so bad where I'm like, I can't tell what I have equipped, where it is.
I'm so sorry, guys, for always mentioning this. My poor viewers are like, dude, here he goes again. But like, I can't believe that there's no way to see gemstones I have equipped unless I have to go to every single relic and look at it. And also the last little rant. I actually love relics. I love relic. I know a lot of people complain that, oh, they added so much RNG to the game, you can't tell, all that stuff. Like, I have some things that I agree with in the critique and some things that I don't agree with, but overall, I like the relics being added to the game. But I will say that, man, bro, it costs so much. What is this currency called? The Starstones. It costs so much Starstones to move a relic over, bro. Like, the thing is how can I upgrade a relic when it's like, this is the thing, they want us to have multiple builds. They want people to play PvP, right? Yep. And if we're gonna have multiple builds and we're gonna have certain conditions in Siege where we wanna use our best gear sometimes on champions that might not be our best champions because we want that versatility because of all the settings, but like, it's gonna cost me like 2 months worth of a Chimera to move a legendary relic over, you know? It's like, no way, you know?
It's really brutal. And like, you know, not to say like, oh, woe is me, but as a content creator, it really sucks because you're trying to build different champions to show off to the community.
Yeah.
And every time like, you move a relic, you're like, like, there it goes again. Like, nope, there goes the, what are they called? Stars? I didn't even know the name of them. Starstones.
Yeah, exactly.
At this point.
Exactly.
They need to relook at this resource overall. Like, they just need to completely revamp it.
I need to give a quick shout to Zero Brew. Have you heard of this guy, bro?
I have, yeah, I've heard of Zero Brew.
Okay, Zero Brew is a content creator. He sent in a clip, which we'll watch right now real quick.
Memo for Ash from the Brew Crew. Take 1. Hi, Ash. It's your boy, Zero Brew, and I had to dress for the occasion. Thank you so much for everything you do for the community, and thank you for putting this memo out for you, for the show, for the community. We love Raid Shadow Legends here, and we love you. So, dabbing in and dabbing out, your boy, Zero Brew. Pew, 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 pew.
All right. I love this dude, man. I saw that he did an edition for this podcast on his YouTube channel, and he took a shot at you. He's like, I know you're going to go with Drock at the end, but blah, blah. So I think we should bring him on and do it again because he seems like a really, I think we could vibe with him, right? So 100%. I wanted to give him a shout out. But I'm actually going to pull up his channel right now. Go ahead and check him out, Zero Brew Raid Game Leap. He made a video about, warning, do not vote for this, about the Relic, right? The wand of submission, right? So, all of a sudden, he didn't mention me or anything like that, but like, I just casually dropped, and I'm sure you have too, like what I was gonna vote for, right? I was like, I'm gonna go wand of submission, right? And that was it, right? And then all of a sudden, like over the trickling in, like, everybody was like, no one was mean spirited or anything, right? I'm not like trying to blow this up, but like I started getting a lot of critical comments, like, how dare you encourage people to vote for the wand of submission? You're gonna ruin. And they started repeating the points, which were actually valid that he made. His two main points, if I could be so bold, and I'll link his video, you guys can decide for yourself, was one, you got to go temporal stagnator because it's a clan relic that are tougher to get your hands on. And two, you don't want everybody to have a damn wand of submission because it's going to be so annoying when everybody has one of these things. So I wanted to ask, so my response to that real quick is like, well, I'm an arena player and I want another wand. like I don't know what to say. I'm voting for it because that's what I think is the most powerful relic on my account. But you do you, not to Zero Bro, to anybody out there, right? That all being said, I want to get your hot take on that little debate. And moreover, what did you vote for?
Wand me, baby. Wand me as many times as you possibly can, Ash. And here's the thing. Here's the reason why. I understand where he's coming from, and I understand his
I think it's a good point. Yeah.
It is a good point. It's a good point. But here's the thing. Wand is overall just better. It just straight up is. In fact, I want everyone to have a wand so that Arena gets to a point where it's so awful that they finally have to fix Polymorph after all these years. So you know what? Shh. Wand everywhere, baby. As many wands as possible. No champion's abilities work the way they're supposed to. Everybody's a sheep 99% of the time. This is live Arena in Raid Shadow Legends, so I can't wait. But then the other reason why, and I do think it's just an overall better relic in my opinion. But the other thing is, like, yes, it is harder to get clan relics as of now. Because you never know what Plarium is going to do to change this stuff. Are they going to start giving you more opportunities for clan relics? Are they going to start giving you more materials? They very well may in the future.
We don't know. To personal clan versus clan, you know. Yes. I actually I pulled I crafted a temporal stagnator, man. Like that relic. I crafted it, but like again, super RNG, whatever. Like you know, like very lucky to get one, but still, I thought I would have to wait 2 years as of a month ago before they added it to you know.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't know what they're going to do in the future, and look, and again, we're biased here as Arena players. Like, yes, I would much prefer wand as Arena players. Yeah. But you know what? Even if you're even if you're like a low level spender or you're a free to play player, it's not like you can't use wand in other content. If for wave content where they're trying to control you, it's not like you couldn't put it on a champion and have them reflect back a stun or a freeze or a provoke or whatever else. Like, it's still valid for other pieces of content, though certainly not as strong. But for Arena, it is incredibly important at any level. So yeah, wand of submission forever. I've got 6 of them, by the way, Ash, and I can I have 6 wands, guys. You want to talk about wand luck?
Well, this is the problem, bro. You're the problem.
I am the wand lord. I am the problem. It's not technically my fault. You can blame Plarium for this, but yeah, I have gotten.
They're juicing the CC's accounts again. They're juicing our accounts again.
They're juicing us up. Yeah, I've got 6 wands though.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. To your point, though, is like, yeah, it's going to be annoying that everybody has wands, but right now it's just the Krakens who have 15 wands. Don't you want a wand if you're not a Kraken to go against the Krakens with a wand?
See,
you know?
Yes, I want free to play to have wands. You deserved it.
I want everybody to have a wand.
Yes.
All right.
I want to be Harry Potter. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
So we do agree, and again, huge shout to Zero Brew, guys. Give him some love in the go check out his channel rather in the comments. All right. The next one here is this Polymorph, right? Like, listen, I'm not here for a 25-minute D-Rock. Remember when I called you D-Rock the very first collab? You're like, bro, please, it's drop.
I do remember. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
I don't want a big Drock rant. But let me ask you this. Polymorph blessings and abilities are bad for the game. Making champs immune to the debuff does not fix the problem. It only proves that it is the problem. And now we have wands that can mitigate. Now we have feral gear that can mitigate. And we have curing polymorph. They've added a lot of things into the game since your first rant video a year and a half ago, right? So if you were a 10 angry about polymorph back then, what are you right now on a scale from 1 to 10? How much do you hate polymorph now?
A 10.
Still a 10. Okay.
It's still the worst thing they've ever done to the game from a like just general sense perspective. Like, there's a million different decisions, and I won't rant for too long, but I'll just say this: it's not that it doesn't have its place now because of the introduction of mythicals and the resistance issue. It's that when it first came in the game, it was never needed. You know, when they started introducing mythicals, then maybe you had a reason for it, but the RNG level of polymorph and really just the blessing strength is still a problem. If they just change the strength of the blessing, forget the wands, forget passing it back and forth, forget everyone on your team becoming a sheep, which is mildly hilarious and immensely enraging. But if they would just address the strength of the blessing, it wouldn't be so bad. And you know what? With everybody having a wand, guess what? They're going to need to do that. They're going to need to address the strength because it is still ludicrously overpowered relative to every other debuff that's ever been introduced in Raid, bar none.
All right. I'm 100% with you on this one. I would just do it. I would do a pretty soft nerf, man. Like, I mean, I would do it, like, meaning that I don't think I would go as far as that you would be pleased with, or the majority of the viewer base probably. But like, I think I would just, all I would do was make it so that it's not a ridiculous speed of, what is it, 120 speed or something?
150 speed.
150 speed. I would not make it so it's 150 speed, and I would make it so when you're unpolymorphed, you have more turn meter or something like that, you know, or full health. I don't know.
Just don't take the health away. It's really simple. It shouldn't last 2 turns, which is absurd. It shouldn't be 150 speed, which is absurd. 2 turns
is absurd too. You're right.
Okay. You don't like that's the problem. It's just the relative strength is the issue. If they just would fix that, it's not even I'm saying take it out of the game at this point. You can't because of mythicals. They've gone down a dark path. That's a whole different conversation. We should do a whole video on that, Ash. I could talk for 30 minutes on Polymorph. And decisions they've made. Maybe I'll have you on my channel to do that. And we'll call it Drock and Ash's Drash's Polymorph discussion.
Drash's. Perfect.
Drash's Polymorph Red. There you go.
Perfect.
Preview of the next video.
Who would you? Go ahead. Sorry.
I was saying, just balance it. That's all. Just balance it.
Who would you nerf? Who would you nerf? Who would you max? If you were this guy with a brand new account, he's got Sun Wukong, he's got Tagore, he's got Eleanor, he's got Ray, he's got Aboro, Morag, Rector, and then a bunch of, Mausoleum Mage, whatever. But for me, it comes down to, like, let's just distill this, right? Sun Wukong, Tagore, Eleanor, or one of the other guys that I mentioned. Who would you go with?
God, that's really tough, man. Like, what part of the game are you struggling in is where I would go for. Like, relative to where you live.
He doesn't show us who he has maxed already.
Yeah, like that's the thing when it comes to questions like this for an account. It's like all of those have different reasons to max one champion over another. Are you struggling in Fire Knight? Are you struggling in Clan Boss? Do you need arena help? Right? Like, you have to have the whole picture to make a good recommendation. The arena player in me is like always says something like, oh yeah, Sun Wukong, I can use his block, his block buffs in Hydra there. I get a little bit of PvE use and I get to crush an arena. But for most people, that's probably not the right answer. Honestly, sneaky good pick. Tagore.
Yeah, that was my pick too, bro.
With an AoE revive, man. I mean, how much content can you actually get through them when you have the ability to bring your team back? So the PvE player in me says probably Tagore, but it really depends on what else you have on your account. So it's not a simple yes no question.
Yep. No, I 100% agree, man. I think it's Tagore, but the weird thing is you can get a lot of value at a level 50 Tagore too, Okay. 2 final questions. Number 1 is, am I the only one that feels that Minotaur doesn't drop enough scrolls? We always talk about new levels. What if they buff the scrolls? Last time that we chatted with Plarium, they said, finally, they're going to take a long, hard look at Minnow, and they hear the pain, which to me seems like, don't take that to the bank. Don't take that check to the bank and cash it. But to be fair, every other time that we've spoken to Plarium about this previously, they've been like, no. And they seem to finally come around a little bit. So I wouldn't be shocked if they don't add 5 more levels or something like that. Is it ridiculous? What do you think it is? Why are they doing this? Why are they not doing it? Just money?
Yes.
Just money, right? Just gems, right?
It's always money. If there's ever a decision that you question that you don't understand, it's always money. You know what I mean? But this is such a small, easy win for Plarium where this kind of stuff would it's not worth the small amount of money you're going to gain from this. Are you really going to gain this much money from Minotaur levels versus someone opening shards or opening soul stones? The answer is absolutely not. You're just not. You're really not. Like, Energy ES is not cheap. And they certainly sell it at a premium when they have the, pinpoint dungeon open or whatever, the event dungeon. But, dude, just give a small win to the community. Like, you know what I mean? Right? Small stuff like this changes people's perception around Raid, makes them more excited to play, makes them want to play longer, which if you are a business, you should want to have your players play as long as is humanly possible over the course of many years, right? So give the community a win. It's super simple to do. People would be astonished if it actually happened. I'll believe it when I see it. Like, yeah, it's nice to say they're going to do it, but give us a win.
I completely agree. I mean, this is ridiculous. And to your point, man, like Plarium does so many unpopular. They make so many unpopular decisions that the player base really like feels the pain on, you know? And like, this is, you said it beautifully, but like, this is the easiest of easy wins. This and improving and continuing to increase artifact and accessory storage. Like, you could make super stupid decisions every day and deal with content creators and Reddit posts every day ranting. But if you just moved on those two things, you could earn so much good grace back from the community, right? It's insane. All right. Today's a sad day for my clan. 23 battles lost and counting. His team, what is the most? You're in an endgame clan. What is the most losses you've ever seen in Siege? This is Siegfried. This is, by the way, Siegfried, Glaciad, White Queen, Ancora, and Fabian is the team. 23 victories. What is the most you've seen? What's the most you guys have seen?
That's probably the most I've seen, honestly. I think at the, like, I've seen in the teens before, you know what I mean? But at the high level, realistically, you know, there's always a team that can counter something at some level. As long as you get good RNG, that would be the one thing I'd say. Like, you don't get wanded, you don't get cheap, etc. But eventually there's someone who will come in who's like, okay, I've got the champions to take care of this. So usually you don't get beyond, like, at the absolute most nowadays, like 4 or 5. Every once in a blue moon, somebody will hit 8 or 9 or maybe 10, but that's really rare unless someone is just feeding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I think probably like around a dozen or so is what I've seen when they're not punting, you know?
Yeah.
To your point.
Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you for Faction Wars 2.0?
Oh, I'm gonna say a 6.5. Like, I'm excited, but to your point, all I really want is gear filters that actually work. Like, you know, give me gear filters that work, improve the tavern for real, like do all the quality of life stuff. Like, cool that you're bringing a new mode, that's great. But dude, just do the other things first. That's all I care about. Make the game more enjoyable to play on a day-to-day basis. And whatever else you add, I probably will be happy about, you know?
I agree. I think that's a really great place to end this little video. Man, thanks so much, Drock. As always, I'll go talk to you about work now that we're coworkers. but
yeah, dude, such a cool thing to get to show up to work and you know, my boy Ash is there to welcome me.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, thanks for joining me. A pleasure as always. Thank you guys for keeping your questions coming in. On the email, by the way, if you could do a little, like a short-ish voice recording, or excuse me, a video recording, that would be the best because it's fun to see you guys. I did get about like a few like 3, 4, 5, 7 minute voice memos, and it's like, people don't want to stare at me and Drock for 7 minutes as we listen to you, you know? So like, maybe if you guys were one of the ones that did that, thank you so much for taking the time, but maybe just make it a little bit shorter and maybe put your voice, your face on too. That would be amazing. But hey, we're going to end it there. Go check out Drock's channel. Go check out some clips of him streaming as Rhonda in the game. And we'll cap it there. Thank you for watching. And as always, take care, guys.